So I welcome the class. Yesterday we have studied about the type of reaction which is known as the substitution reaction, and we have even studied about the mechanism of this substitution reaction. Today we want to study about the addition reaction. So let us study about the addition reaction. Let us see when this addition reaction takes place. So generally what happens that if we have unsaturated compound, when unsaturated compound allows a molecule to be added into it and gives more saturated product, this is called addition reaction. My dear students, in 10th standard even you have studied about one of the very important addition reaction, and that was you have studied this kind of reaction which was known as the hydrogenation of oils. That is what you have studied, hydrogenation of oils. You have studied it this way, that you have C double bond C, and then you have the various R, R1, R2, R3, and then you add hydrogen to it in the presence of a nickel catalyst, and you get C bond C. Then you have the various R bonded here, R, R1, R2 and R3, and then you have two hydrogen atoms added to it. This is what we call it as a vegetable oil, and this is what we call it as a vegetable ghee, or we call it as a margarine. So this is how, my dear students, we understand about the addition reaction, and this is what it is known as the addition reaction. So in 10th standard itself you have studied about the addition reaction, my dear students. Now let us study the addition reaction in more detail. So first of all, my dear students, we will study the addition into let us say there is an example of CH2 double bond CH2. In this ethene, my dear student, in the same way if we add hydrogen, then my dear students, we will get CH3 which is known as ethane. So when it happens, my dear students, you can see that this particular reactant is unsaturated and the product is saturated. So we can easily understand that during addition reaction, an unsaturated reactant gives more saturated product. So this is how, my dear students, we study about that. Now, if you look into the another example, dear student, you will realize something very interesting. Sorry. Suppose you have CS3, CH, double bond, CH2, and if you add H2 to it, there is a product that we get that which is known as the CS3, CH2, CS3. This is what it is known as propene, and the product that we get is propane. Now suppose, my dear students, we have added hydrogen. Instead of hydrogen, my dear students, we need a nickel as a catalyst. Suppose we add something which is not having the same atoms. Suppose you have CH3, CH double bond, CH2, and then you add, suppose, HBr to it. So now, my dear students, you have two possibilities. One possibility is this, that you may get CH3, CH2, CH2Br, or you may get CH3CH, CH3Br. So the two various products are possible, that we may get one bromo propane and we may get two bromo propane. Two bromo propane. So here you can see that these two carbons which are bonded with the double bond, they may have get different atoms attached to it. So if hydrogen attached to this, or hydrogen may be attached to this carbon. Same way we have the another possibility that the bromine may get attached to this and bromine may also attach to this, and we get various products. So to understand this, my dear students, we need to understand about the mechanism of this kind of reactions which are known as the addition reactions. So let us understand about the mechanism of the addition reaction. Let us study about the mechanism of this addition reaction. So first of all, my dear students, let us have a look to the compound which is known as propene, CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Now here we want to study about the mechanism, my dear students. So what happens first, that we have CH3 or we have HBr, my dear student. This HBr undergo the process of heterolysis, and we get, my dear students, H plus and Br minus. Now what happens in the second step, this H plus reacts with propene. This is propene and we add H plus. So my dear students, when this reaction takes place, we have two possibilities. What is the possibility? Let us see. You know, this double bond electron, they get attack on H plus and we may get CH3, CH, CH3 plus, or we may get CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. These two are the carbocations. So you can see that this is the secondary carbocation. This is the primary carbocation. Now please remember, my dear student, we have studied that according to the hyperconjugation, according to the hyperconjugation, we have proved that stability of secondary carbocation is more than the stability of primary carbocation. This is what it happens, my dear students. So now when we have this Br minus, which one is more stable? Can you tell me, out of this primary carbocation and secondary carbocation, which one is more stable? So we can say that this is more stable. This is less stable. There is one particular kind of reaction which is also possible. So let me explain you something which is even possible here. One more possibility I would like to share with you, dear student. Possible reaction. What happens? This primary carbocation, CH3, CH2, CH2 plus, what does it do? It changes one hydrogen from the second carbon to the first carbon. Let us say this is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So one hydrogen from the second carbon go to the first carbon, which is known as 1,2H shift. Please remember, the hydrogen from the hydrogen from the second carbon goes to the first carbon, which is known as the 1,2H shift, and this kind of reaction is known as rearrangement. Rearrangement. And then, my dear students, what happens? That the primary carbocation is converted to secondary carbocation. So there is a possibility that most of the primary carbocation turns out to be secondary carbocation. Now, my dear students, what happens? Let us see into the third step. So let's look at the third step. In the third step, my dear students, we have the secondary carbocation, which again undergo the reaction with the Br minus, and we get CH3, CH, CH3, Br, which is known as the 2-bromopropane. Thus, my dear students, when our propene CH3, CH double bond CH2, propene reacts with HBr, there are two possible products. One is CH3CH, CH3Br. This is what it is known as the 2-bromopropane, and we may have CH3, CH2, CH2Br, which is known as 1-bromopropane. So we have 2-bromopropane, and we have 1-bromopropane. But this product is major. So majorly we will get this product, and we will get minor or a very small amount of product as a 1-bromopropane. So this is how, my dear student, we understand the mechanism of the addition of HBr to propene. Now, my dear students, if you have any doubt, you can ask. बच्चों, अगर आपको कुछ पूछना है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. ये पूरी प्रोसेस में समझ में नहीं आया तो okay. Then, my dear students, here something more is there to understand. There was the scientist His name was the Markovnikov. He suggested that when a molecule which is heteroatomic, means having not the same kind of atoms, a molecule which is heteroatomic is added to non-symmetric alkene, the negative part, or we can say more electronegative part, is bonded to carbon which is more substituted. Now how do we understand more substituted? So for that we can write 2 carbon that has least number of hydrogen. So here you can see that in propene, my dear student, this carbon has got only 1 hydrogen, whereas this carbon has got 2 hydrogen, and this carbon has got 3 hydrogen. And thus, when we add HBr, the negative part is Br minus, the positive part is H plus, and thus Br is added to the carbon with the least number of hydrogen, and H is added to the carbon with more number of hydrogen, which are having the double bond. And thus, we get CH3CH, CH2, and Br as a major product. Now, my dear students, I want to bring something to your notice here, that I have written the word non-symmetric alkene. So if you look at this example, please have a look at this example. Suppose you have CH2 and CH2, CH2 double bond CH2, and if you add HBr to it, you will get product CH3 CH2 Br, or you may get Br CH2 CH3. Both these products are known as 1-bromoethane. Both these products have the same name, and we call them as a 1-bromoethane. Same way, my dear students, if we take the another example, CH3 CH double bond CH CH3, and if we add HBr to it, my dear students, we can get CH3 CH2 CHBr and CH3, or we may get CH3 CHBr CH2 CH3. Both these products, my dear students, see, if you look from this 1, 2, 3 and 4, if you give numbering this way 1, 2, 3 and 4, and both these products are known as 2-bromobutane. So when it comes to, my dear students, the symmetric alkenes, these two are known as the symmetric alkenes. So when the alkenes are symmetric, there is no difference in the product. And that is why in this point I need to write that non-symmetric alkenes. So those alkenes which are non-symmetric, the problem arises to them. And according to the scientist named Markovnikov, the product that we get is in such a way that the negative part of the addendum or the negative part of something that we are going to add is added to the carbon which is least substituted or which is having the least number of hydrogen. बच्चों ये समझ लेना बहुत जरूरी है. It is very important for you to understand, and generally not only in 11th standard but in 12th standard we hope one questions based on the Markovnikov rule or anti-Markovnikov rule. That is what we are going to study now. So if you have any doubt, please ask me. बच्चों अगर कुछ पूछना चाहे तो पूछ लीजिए. Please ask if you have any doubt, dear students.
No doubt.
Okay, then, my dear students, what happens that sometime if we have CH3CH double bond CH2 and we add HBr, my dear students, and in that case, if you keep the peroxide present, so peroxide may be H2O2 or it may be C6H5 C double bond O CO C6H5, which is known as benzoyl peroxide. And then in that case, my dear students, we get the product CH3CH2 CH2Br plus CH3CH CH2Br as a product, and we may get it as this, that we have one bromopropane and we may have two bromopropane, and my dear students, we will get this as a major product and this as a minor product. So my dear students, there was a scientist, his name was Krasch. So this effect is known as the Krasch effect, or it is also known as the anti-Markovnikov rule. So let us see what is anti-Markovnikov rule or what is Krasch effect. In the presence of peroxides, if a heteroatomic molecule is added to the non-symmetric alkene, we would get major product in which the negative part of molecule is bonded to more substituted carbon, or we can say that carbon with more number of hydrogen. So this is what, my dear student, it is known as the Crash effect or the anti-Markovnikov rule, and thus we get the product which is known as the anti-Markovnikov products. So we can say this is the anti-Markovnikov products. This is anti-Markovnikov product, and this is what it is known as the Markovnikov product. So please understand, my dear students, that this is what it happens. Now we want to study that why is it so? Why in the presence of peroxide, this is what it happens. So let us see the mechanism and understand it. See, suppose we have benzoyl peroxide. So this benzoyl peroxide is C6H5, C double bond O, bond O, bond O. Then again we have C double bond O, and then we have C6H5. My dear students, this is known as the peroxide bond, and these two electrons which are present over here, they undergo the homolysis. So here the homolysis takes place, and we are well aware that in homolysis we get a product which is a free radical. So we will get two free radicals, C6H5, C6H5, C bond, double bond O and O. So C double O free radical. This is the kind of two free radicals, that is what we are going to get. Now what happens from this free radical, CO2 evaporates or CO2 goes out, and we will get C6H5 free radical. So we will get C6H5 free radical. This is what we get. Now this C6H5 free radical, this C6H5 free radical reacts with our propene, and let us see what happens. So due to this kind of reaction, we will get two different kind of free radicals. First kind of free radical that we are going to get is this CS3 CH2. This free radical we may get, or we may get CS3 CH2 and CH2 free radical. This is the kind of free radical, that is what we are going to get, my dear students. Now here you can see that sorry, my dear students, we just need to get back. Actually, this benzene free radical do not directly react with the propene, but it first reacts with HBr, my dear students. And when it reacts with HBr, we will get C6H6 plus Br free radical. Now this Br free radical, my dear students, it reacts in the third step. This Br free radicals reacts with alkene CH3CH double bond CH2, and we may get two various types of free radical. We may get CH3CH Br CH2 free radical, and my dear students, we may get CH3 CH CH2Br free radical. So when Br combines with this, when Br combined with the carbon which are bonded to the double bond, two different carbon which are bonded with each other with the double bond, we may get two different kind of free radicals. Now you can see that this is the free radical which is primary free radical. This is the free radical which is the secondary free radical. So this is primary free radical. This is secondary free radical, my dear students. And thus, my dear students, we have primary and secondary free radicals. According to the hyperconjugation, this primary free radical is less stable than secondary free radical. So we can easily write that this is less stable, this is more stable. And thus, my dear students, what happens? This more stable secondary free radical will undergo the fourth step, I'm sorry. And in the fourth step, this CH3 CH CH2Br free radical undergoes the reaction with HBr, and that finally gives us CH3 CH2Br as a major product. And my dear students, we get Br free radicals. This Br free radical again utilized into the second step. These Br free radicals can be utilized into the second step. Sorry, into the third step. So it is utilized in step 3. So this is how, my dear students, we study about the mechanism of anti-Markovnikov or Krast effect. बच्चों, this is very important, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. बच्चों, अगर इसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं. Do you have any doubt? You can ask me, dear students.
No doubt, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this is how, my dear students, we study about the addition reactions. So now let us study some more example about this addition. Suppose, my dear students, you have CH3 CH double bond CH2, and we want to add water to it. What is the product that we are going to get, and which one is major and which one is minor? So my dear students, we can come to know that water has got two parts. One is H plus, another is OH minus. So H plus and OH minus can be bonded to these various two carbons which are bonded to each other. So we may get CH3 CH CH3 OH, or we may get CH3 CH2 CH2OH. Now, please remember, my dear students, that this is what it is known as the 2-propanol. This is what it is known as the 1-propanol. And please remember that as there are no peroxide present, here we will get this as a major product and this as a minor product. But if the same reaction is done in the presence of peroxide, and if the peroxide remains present, then, my dear students, we will get the same two types of products. And this particular product is known as this will be the minor product, and this is what it is going to be, the major product. And this is what it is. When we consider both these products, my dear students, we call this type of product as a Markovnikov product. And this type of product is known as the anti-Markovnikov product. So in the presence of peroxide, we will get anti-Markovnikov product as a major product. But in the absence of peroxide, my dear students, we will get Markovnikov product as a major product. So this is a very important point, and please learn it well. You will be asked at least one question from this point in your final exams. And if you have any doubt, please ask me, my dear students, right now. Or let me know you have understood